I'll call you back again to another video lecture on C# programming, and in this video lecture, I'll go ahead and teach us about variables. So, variables is another thing we're going to look in C#, and that is very, very essential as a developer. So for you to excel in C#, you must know about variables, because in every day of your life in programming C#, you must always use variable. So what I mean, every day, I mean, if you are going to program C# every time, there must be a use of variable. It must exist. And what are variables? Variables are just containers that placeholders. They help you to insert something and hold a value. Anytime you need this, you go ahead and call that name. Maybe you need something and you put it in a water can, and then the time you need that, you go ahead and call it water can. It provides the content that is inside there. Now let's go ahead and look at an example right here. Let's have an example. Let's say Peter is 10 years old, and the name of his school is Academy, or the name of Peter's school is Academy. So the name of Peter's school is Academy. Peter loves to play football. Peter loves C# programming language. Now if we go ahead and run this code, you can see that it provides Peter is 10 years old. The name of Peter's school is Academy. Peter loves to play football, and Peter loves C# programming language. Now what does variable does? What in case we want to make changes to Peter and want to change the name of Peter? Okay, let's say here we have just only 4 lines of code. And what if we want to change the name of Peter, and maybe Peter will call like 120 times in our program? How can we be able to change that? There is this a problem, and that means we need to start looking for where Peter exists one by one, and to do that, you're going to run into series of problems, and in fact, you might not be able to find all. So the best thing to do is to create variables, and you can create this variable as an integer to hold whole numbers, or a float to hold decimal numbers, or a string to hold names, or a character to hold just letters. Now let's go ahead and change the name of Peter. Let's say I have string variable. We are still going to talk about all these. Let's say string variable under the name. I'll go ahead and give it name f, or any name. You can give this string any name of your own choice. Okay, so let's say name f is equal to Peter. So name f is equal to Peter, and remember to put a semicolon at the end. Okay, so for whatever you're going to write in C#, don't ever fail to put semicolon. It is really very important. Alright. So now what happens is, anytime I call name f, is going to bring Peter to us. So how can we do that? Let's go ahead and remove any place I see Peter. I will delete that. Okay, so delete Peter anywhere you see Peter. Now let's go ahead and replace that with name f. I will show you how to do that. And for us to make adjustments, I'll go ahead and show you how to do that. Now let's go ahead and say that name f plus, and here we say the name of plus. So the name of name f plus, and here name f name f plus loves to play football, and here name f plus loves C# programming. Now let's go ahead and run this code and check out if there is any difference from what we have. So Peter is 10 years old. The name of Peter's school is Academy. Peter loves to play football. Peter loves C# programming. So can you see that? I added name f and we're able to get Peter. Now, if I want to change this in Visual and maybe we have to update this and change the name of Peter to Mike or to Paul. Let's say Paul. Now if I go ahead and run this code, it will be very easy, and everywhere Peter is, we'll press Paul. You see, Paul is 10 years old. The name of Paul's school is Academy. Paul loves to play football. Paul loves C# programming. Okay. So you can see that is very straightforward and is very easy. So this variable, this string name is a placeholder. So the name f, the string name f is a placeholder. So that is holding the contents of Paul. So anytime we change that, the content will change, and any place we call name f, it will go ahead and deliver the content. It can hold Peter, Paul, anything you want in program. And while we go deep into this course, you know more about this. So you can also have let's say int x is equal to 10, and I'll go ahead place semicolon at the end. I'll go ahead and say name f is, name f is x. Alright, so we'll still talk about all this. Name f is x years old. And if I go here and run this code, it's going to bring out 10 years old. So Paul is 10 years old. So in future, I might want to change the property of x. I'll go here and change 11. And if I run this code, you can see that Paul is 11 years old and no longer 10 years old. But you can see that you have the placeholders, and they are of different types, and I'm going to teach us about different types later in this course, so we can be able to know the different types that we can be able to use to hold the variables. So the variables can just you can just send them f equal to Paul or x equal to 11. If you go ahead and remove this variable from here, you're going to have an error. Check it out. I'll remove int, and can you see it? There's an error, red line right here, and if you run this code, you're going to get error because there's red line. So there's always a type of the variable you want. Okay, we call them data types, and we're still going to discuss more on data types later in this course. Okay, but for now, I want you to know that we have what is called variables, and you can name your variable anything you want. You can give that any name you want. Alright? So maybe let's go ahead and put this back again. String and int. So I can change this to age. Okay. So whenever you want to use a variable, you use a variable that relates to what you are doing, because we are talking about age. And if we go ahead and run this code, the x has been changed to age. It said there will be errors. So go ahead and close this. So we need to change this x back to age and not x. Alright. Now go ahead and run this code and check it out. So Paul is 11 years old. Can you see that? So give your variable the name that you can always remember, and the name that associates with what you're doing. That will make it to look more better and meaningful. This is in case if someone else is going to maintain this code in future. Alright. Now, we're going to look more into the types of the variables we're going to use in C# programming, and that will be in the next video, because it should be helpful as a developer to know about all these and to know when to use each of them. Alright? So, pull this down on your system, play around with it, and if you have any question, please go ahead and use the question and the answer section, and I'm going to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much, and I'm going to see you in the next video lecture.